Asian people, listen up. This is your PSA. I know a lot of us are outraged about the Cyrus case, and I know a lot of us don't stand with some bigoted Asians that are challenging black people about this boycott. I want us all to get along and stand in solidarity with each other. So here are some suggestions that I heard from black people on how we can improve relations. The biggest one is stop disrespecting black people in stores. And I know this is the toughest part because sometimes our stores get stolen from. And I know we want to protect our businesses. But we also have to care about our customers and our communities. We need to be able to protect our businesses while respecting everybody in our stores. We should also give back to the local communities that we are in. Many black people feel like if you're in their communities, then you should give back to their communities. And I understand that sentiment. Also, shopping in black businesses. If we can do some of this more, I believe that we can help improve our relations with our black brethren.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Viral Spotlight. If you are new here, thank you so much for stopping by. On this channel, we bring you thoughtful reactions, commentary, and discussion on viral stories, trending news, culture, and current events. Before we get started, I would like to acknowledge and give full credit to the original creators and owners of any video clips, images, or audio featured in this video. These materials are used for commentary, education, and discussion purpose. My goal is not to replace the original content, but to add my own analysis, perspective, and reaction to help spark meaningful conversation. I truly appreciate every single one of you for taking the time to watch. Your support means a lot, and this community continues to grow because of viewers like you. If you enjoy respectful discussion, honest reactions, and breaking down the stories everyone is talking about, you are in the right place. So before we jump into today's topic, please take a second to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any upload. And most importantly, don't forget to join the conversation in the comments. I love reading your opinions, and respectful debates are always welcome here. Now, with that being said, let's get right into the video, and I'll be back with the commentary.
Yesterday, when I made the post regarding people should not be boycotting Asian business, I did not know what the situation was for until later. Come to find out, an Asian man was not guilty for shooting a black teenager kid, and that's why the black folks are mad and they are boycotting Asian business. I see where you're coming from, though. I feel your pain, and I'm so sorry for the tragic that you had to go through. But when I hear the fact that you are going to boycott Asian business, that caught me off guard. And let me tell you why. Is because when you say you are boycotting Asian business, that's a big statement. Like, Asian comes in different areas like Laos, Cambodia, Vietnamese, Japan, Korea, China, India. So when you say you're going to boycott the Asian businesses, that's all of them. But the fact that we didn't do anything to y'all, that's why I'm tripping about. That's it. Not that we're not feeling sorry for the situation. It's just, I know it was a Chinese man who shot the kid, but one man's crime cannot affect the whole community. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's why I was caught off guard, because I'm Asian. And when you say you're going to boycott Asian, that's like involve all of us. And some of us be like, what the hell did we do? We didn't do anything. We knew the situation, but we feel for the situation, but we didn't do anything. That's why I made that video. You see what I'm saying? Not trying to not have no empathy or sympathy about the situation. I feel bad. But it's kind of hard to boycott the Asian community because it's like, it's everywhere. You see what I'm saying? So, with that being said, we need to stop this racism stuff, man. We need to love each other more. We need to really embrace each other's differences and just work it out. And at the end of the day, we need God. That's what we need.
Watching so many Asian Americans show their entire anti-Black backside in videos and comment sections regarding the acquittal of Rick Chow and the call to boycott Asian businesses, and now the cross burning in Chicago, has been a masterclass in how racism is narcissistic abuse. Because so many ricecrackers are out here yelling and screaming as though Black people somehow did something to us, when all they want is to be left alone. So first of all, Rick Chow was acquitted. I don't know how anybody with a shred of intellectual honesty or morals can be at peace with that, but Rick Chow was acquitted. So for you to be making videos or going into black people's comment sections arguing as if they're the problem and you're somehow the victim because you feel unpopular in this moment because Rick Chow was acquitted is narcissism at best and malicious hatred at worst. As for the boycotts, Asian Americans are not entitled to black people's money, plain and simple. Business 101, provide quality goods, quality service, and treat your customers with respect. But if you've made a habit of providing subpar goods and subpar service and disrespecting your customers, rest assured, your business is not being judged on the basis of one Rick Chow. Your business is being judged for what it is. If you go into a black neighborhood and open a business and you've made a habit of treating black customers like they're the problem, pitching a fit and playing victim when your black customers say, "We won't be bothering you anymore," is narcissistic abuse. And finally, the cross burning. For the past 18 months, black Americans have been living under an administration that has been overtly organizing for decades to do everything it can to drag the country back to Jim Crow. And the sick plot twist and the fuckery that was passing the Hart-Celler Act a year after the Civil Rights Act and making Asian Americans the new window dressing on the myth of the American dream is that in the past week, it was Asian Americans who actually did it. The acquittal of Rick Chow brings us back to 1991 and the killing of Latasha Harlins, and the cross burning in broad daylight in Chicago brings us right back to Jim Crow. And the thing is, black Americans know who holds systemic power. Black Americans know better than anybody else what it is to never be viewed as an individual and to be condemned as a community for the actions of a few. So they also don't need to be told not to do that to other people. Black Americans are not judging Asian Americans on the basis of one Rick Chow or whoever burned the cross. They are simply responding to over 60 years of our community pushing them away with our escalating anti-black antics. And if you don't like the way that feels, rather than treating black people like they're the problem, we have to start by rooting out the infestation of anti-blackness in our community. And if you're not willing to do that, the very least you can do is leave black people alone and stop asking them to be an audience for your anti-blackness.
Well, guys, I guess congratulations are in order. We have done it again. This is week 3 and the Black Wealth Transfer. What was initially the Asian business ban or boycott. It went from a boycott to a ban real quick. And now, as you can see, the stores are empty. This is on a Monday. This is around 5 o'clock after work time. Normally this is a good time to find this store very busy. Even during the weekday, it doesn't matter. And the fact that it's this empty is very telling. They dared us and we came, we saw, and we are conquering. I'm so proud of my community. I'm proud of everybody who is not shopping and who is intentionally looking for black-owned businesses for your needs. And I just want to say thank you to everybody because this little boy's life will not be in vain. Ashe.
You know, I can honestly say that I truly, truly appreciate the Black community and being in support of understanding what the Asian community is going through. Mainly because we don't deserve your kindness. Like, we don't deserve the amount of gratitude, the moral support, the kindness that you have provided us on all levels of platform when it comes to being so relatable. Simply because of all of the racist shit that you guys have endured from our community in its own. Don't deserve it, you know, because even coming from a family of immigrants, like for our family to come here to the States and to either piggyback, hop on, ignoring all of those things and not acknowledging a problem of us being racist to Black Americans, but immigrating from a whole nother country and then just developing a whole racist mindset because of what white Americans have planted is freaking insane. So we don't deserve your guys' kindness. We don't deserve this. So when I say that I'm truly, truly appreciative and I really, really do admire the amount of support that we have been getting, I truly mean it. For a while now, I understood that even for myself, that I have appropriated Black culture, and however that may look, right? As simply as being given permission from some of my Black friends to use the N-word, to talking, dressing, and just really trying to find a way to be actually accepted by the Black community, because my own community wouldn't accept me, you know? So when I found a group of people that's willing to accept me for who I am, I wanted to be so relatable that like I pretty much just like pushed myself into appropriating some of the things of your own culture when in
What the hell am I watching and listening to? Now we have Asian apologists. Did she say she was given permission to use the N-word? Okay, so what I'm observing right now, and y'all kind of chime in too, because I'm trying to understand what the hell is happening. I didn't even know that there was a racism element to it as far as Asians. I don't even know which kind of Asian she is. Is she Chinese? Is she Japanese? Is she from Taiwan? Is she Vietnamese? What is she? You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to understand where this sentiment comes from, because I wasn't aware that Asians as a whole was misappropriating the culture, which this is the culture, honestly, because I think that it's the difference between Black people and Black culture that we're trying to get away from, but they're trying to embrace, because they've now been pitted against white people, and it's this big thing that's going on online. What is happening in the United States of America, and why does everybody feel like a victim? Why do everybody feel as though they have to apologize to everybody else to make themselves feel more comfortable about the space that they've created for themselves? How come we just can't treat everybody individually based off of the content of their character, and then disassociate ourselves with different parts of culture that's not ideal or conducive to our lifestyle, while at the same time...
My parents, they run a store. They've been doing it for years. And never in our years of operation have we ever considered using a lethal firearm to address any sort of matter inside or outside the store. The jury declaring that man innocent is just crazy to me. That kid was murdered. And here's my
100%.
reasoning. You see, if you look at the footage, that kid followed store procedure. This is not his first time in the store. He put his backpack in the front. He went to the beverage section, put the beverage back. But while that was happening, the wife was following him. And I'm pretty sure he knows that. And when he left the store thinking nothing's going to happen, the wife was thinking in her mind. And she assumed that the kid stole something. And if that assumption is correct, he would have stole like a $3 beverage, which she was wrong. And she tipped off the father and son. And in that moment, this is the reason why I think this is just crazy that they declared this man innocent. Is like in that moment that the father and son just decided it was okay to chase after this kid over like a $3 beverage that they think he stole with a firearm. Just like think about that for a second. Like
make this shit make
that
sense,
means
though.
In that moment they thought it was okay to potentially end this kid's life over a $3 beverage. And not only that, put themselves in danger over a $3 beverage. Brought a son there too. Like that is to make that decision, you have to have levels of hatred, psychopathic tendencies, in my personal opinion. Now you might ask, like, how do you address people from stealing your store? Well, first of all, if you run a retail store, like it's part of the operational cost. But what you're supposed to do is do your best to dissuade people from stealing from your store. Like security cameras, they went above and beyond too. They not only had security cameras, which they didn't even use, they just made the assumption that he stole something anyway. But they put security cameras, and they made people put their bag, if they had brought bags, put it in front of the store. And the wife followed customers around. So they went above and beyond. So at that point, if they are able to manage to steal something, it is what it is. You factor that into your operational cost. My heart goes out to the family, to the community, to all the, other victims and families that experience stuff like this in the past, because this is not the first time something like this has happened. And this is also why I'm not going to preach solidarity in this moment. Like, I'm also not going to argue against the boycott. I feel like I kind of understand the frustration. I won't truly fully understand, but I think I get it. And I'll just leave it at that.
I want to be your enemy. I understand you guys are upset and you want to boycott Asian-run businesses. Totally fair. I do acknowledge that many Asian people could be racist. And I condemn all races, regardless their ethnicities. Racism should not be accepted or tolerated. But not all of us are racist. I don't think I'm racist. I mean, I try not to be. I don't think I'm racist. I'm just Asian. I don't think it's fair that we all are punished because of one guy. I mean, I don't know who the Rick Chow is. Why are we all punished because of this one guy? But don't call all Asian people our enemy.